Right, we're on. Just give me 2 minutes, guys, and I will be with you. Oh, good evening, ladies and gents. Sorry about the delay. Bit of a rush. We are at round 2, Baku in the new F2 series for JKesport. Welcome. I'm still trying to just load everything up, so just give me 2 minutes. I will have it. Welcome everybody. We are at Baku tonight for F2. We are all already out for the one-shot qualifying, with Safkov currently leading the way as they cross the line there. There we go. So it'll change in and out. We'll keep with Knox for now, see where he finishes. There's no point changing to anybody because it all changes anyway. A little bit of stats for you here. So last week we had Bahrain with Grumpy Catman winning the feature race. As you can see, he's racing again tonight, so another challenge for him. George or Jim was the winner of the sprint race, and the overall weekend winner was Grumpy. Although I have in our standings that the person with the highest points from last week's race is none of them. One sec, let me find it. It was T-Bird in the high-tech. Obviously we have a different points ruling, so he is top with 52 points. George or Jim in the HW8 is second with 51. In fact, joint second with Guinnett, who is in third technically, but also with 51 points. So that should be a good run in to today's races. Let's get something on the screen so we can all see. Fitted, bit of telemetry, bit of lap and full track. So we're coming down to the quick left right before the long straight before we finish. We'll stick with Knox. He has pulled it back to 4th. When I last looked at the screen, he was 16th. George or Jim leading the way though. And that seems to be the case. Have we got? Yes, George or Jim getting pole with a 52.3. T-Bird in second with 52.5. And a 52.5 there. 0.006 between second and third place there. That is the skin of the teeth for the second place driver, and that could just show you how close everyone might be. So we had Caddis Knox in 4th, 153, Guinnett in 5th, Grumpy Catman in 6th, Ray in 7th, Sam Barrett in 8th, Stoke Bloke in 9th. Safkov rounds off the top 10 on the medium tyres there, Sam Barrett on the mediums as well. Kaz in 11th, Agskati 12th, Rusty Olcan 13th, BA Dubs 14th, Jalen in 15th, Monkey Mafia down in 16th with disqualifications coming from 15th downwards. That means they've cut the time. Spaceman and Impossible Bacon not setting a time at all, so they mustn't have finished the lap. Oh, and to make it even worse, along with default setups, we do have a wet feature race here in Azerbaijan. Now, there will not be a formation lap, so this is out and out control of the cars that's needed. May the best driver win, or the person who can keep it out of the walls. Just waiting for everybody to load up, set their fuel loads and tyres and whatnot. Looks like it should be a full wet tyre. Doesn't look like an intermediate going on. This is going to be crazy. I have called for carnage all week leading up to this. This is going to be difficult. They just give 2 minutes for everybody to sort themselves out. Whilst they're doing that, we can go through some constructors' standings after the first race. We've got HWA in the first spot with 94 points, the ART of 88 points in second, the High Tech in third with 86, Campos in fourth with 84, so there's 10 points split in the top four constructors. We've got the MP in fifth with 78, the Charroux in sixth with 61, the Prima 47 points in 7th. The Dams is 8th with 23. The Carlin is 9th with 9 points. Trident and Univirtuosi with 0 points for themselves there. "25 seconds countdown. Let's have this." Can anybody remember what the poll was? Was it a 151 or a 152? It might have been a 152. And here we go. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights there for a wet start in Baku, and away we go. We have a penalty straight off for BA Dubs. He must have jumped the lights. That's going to be a tough one. Where have we got here? Let's go for interval, and let's go for tyres first. We do have a yellow flag. Is that just... No, we have Rusty and Monkey Mafia have both come off on that first corner. I think Spaceman, I don't know about Spaceman. Keeping it close, very slow throughout that corner there. I don't know if there's a bit of touching. Rusty again, into the wall. It's difficult in the wet with these default setups, but it's a good start by George or Jim. Gets off there. Keza not far behind. 152.3, thank you very much. 52.3. Grumpy sliding down. Have we had a spin? Where is he? He's disappeared. Oh no, there he is. Maybe just lost a few spaces. Okay. I'll stick them on as well. Let's have a look at penalties there. So yeah, BA Dubs must have jumped to the start because he's got a drive through. Jalen's got a 5-second penalty. And he's come off as well, so he's losing a bit more time. Keza now chasing down George or Jim for the first position. That looked like a wing, or at least a plate of the wing. Who's that come off? Let's have a look there. George or Jim looks like he's got both. Keza, he has. He's lost his right hand wing there. He might be alright if he can keep it under control, but you just never know in the wet. Dubs has had a spin as well. It's not been a great start for these back runners. We've had a couple of crashes, 5 second and a drive-through. But luckily for them, we have 2 races in an F2. We've got the feature and the sprint. And George or Jim making up lots of time here on Keza. It was within a second. We're up to 2 seconds already. Sam Barrett in the pit straight away. Has he lost a wing? Let's stay on with him and just see what's cracking. We have got a safety car out. Grumpy Catman gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. He is changing a wing there. Grumpy's crashed a couple of times, so I'm guessing he's got a wing change as well. Yep. There they are with that. And one for the ponds. One for Rusty. This will be Bacon doing his I know he must have been in the pits. Yeah, you can't do a drive-through on the cars out. So not too many big changes up front, but quite a lot of place changes in the bottom half. Where have we got there? What am I looking at? Position change. There we go. No, we've got a. Is that Dubs? We've got a DNF for Dubs. Well, don't leave the server because you've got the sprint race as well. Yeah. It's not a bad time to get those wing changes in with the safety car out, but we've got Spaceman making the biggest improvement from the start of the race with 8 place changes. The biggest loser currently is Grumpy Catman, but say we did have that turn 1 issue. He has been interchanged his wing, but also he does have 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, BA Dubs did leave the session. Should have stuck around for the sprint race. Cars just catching up now. Stick for the leader while the safety car's out. Alright, jumps me there. Should have caught up by the end of this lap, so it should go in by the end of this lap. Nice consistent gaps between the cars, that's nice to see. Nobody up anyone else's exhaust. Bit of what do they call it, respect between all the drivers. That's how it should be done, boys and girls. That's how it should be done. Look at that, equal gaps, equal gaps. Until we get to the back, obviously, where we've got slightly bigger gaps, but Castle will catch people out if they're not careful. Probably the worst corner. It's definitely the worst corner on track. Might be the worst corner in the game. It's so tight. So tight. Are we in this lap, Mr. Safety Car? Or are we going to go for one more and let Rusty catch up? That is the end of Sector 2. It does usually come up at the end of sector 2, but maybe staying out for another one. Looks like it. See how Rusty takes this castle. I love a bit of KFC. Come on, Rusty. There we go. Not only is it a difficult corner, I would say with the default setups, fixed default setups, it's hard to drive anyway. And then you've got the wet weather, and then you've got corners like that. Just oozes destruction, doesn't it? We've got a Rusty DNF. Is that a retire from session there? Should have done that in the pits. But never mind. So now we've got Jalen at the back. Now he is closer, so it should come in this this lap. Got wires everywhere. Keza took that a bit quicker than I thought he would have. It was smooth. Everyone's pretty much caught up, so we should have the safety car in this lap notification around now. There we go. End of sector 2. George or Jim, this is on you. Set the pace. Let the car go in. And it's foot down and fudge off. Keza is right up his exhaust. You are teammates, boys. Everybody wants the win, but you are teammates. Let's get this show on the road. Keep it there, keep it there. Let it go in all the way, otherwise it slows you down. Has he got away well? Ginnett's got away well. He has overtaken T-Bird coming into T1. George Jim's kept his first place. Keza's kept his second place. Oh, we've had a bit of a spin. That's Ginnett. Ginnett's gone turn 1. Oh, that is unlucky. The bonus really for T-Bird takes his place back. We've got Caddis Knox and Stoke Bloke look like they've come up a little bit as well from the restart. Knox is closing in on T-Bird. Oh, a little bit of a squeeze. We've got a bit of a knock from Keza ahead by the looks of it. Someone's lost an end plate there as well. That is our Caddis Knox that we're on now. Keep it clean, boys. Zig's overtaken Sam Barrett. Not very often he gets overtaken. Looks like Sammy Boy's lost a bit of wing there as well. Is that? Oh. Now Bacon going wide. We've got 3 wide coming into the next corner there. That's never clever in the rain. Ginnett doesn't look like he's got any damage though. That's a hell of a save if he's not got any damage coming out of that. Also gives him the chance to fight back. Knox has now got ahead of T-Bird. Nice through there. Oh, that was Keza as well. Just gone onto him on camera. You on candid camera now, boyo? He's lost his full right side of wing by the looks of it. He's going to have to pit from that. A little bit of damage can push you off. Can change your race massively, but he's lost half a wing there. Some close ones. Sam Barrett's catching up now to Kaz. Coming through down the long straights. Side by side. Who's gonna win it? Coming into turn one, that's a new fastest lap there for George or Jim. Did get the pole. Is that a bit of damage going into the pits as well? I think we had a bit of a wobble. Kaz manages to keep his place. A couple are in the pits now. It's got to be damage. Got to be. We know Kez has got it. Spaceman's in the pits. We got a bit of damage for space, or it's drying out. Oh, it's still raining. That can't be medium tyres. Is that right? Nah, we do have BA Dubs back. Welcome back, pal. I've got to get on that. Spaceman on the mediums. Yeah, that's a make or break decision there. And it's still raining. Looks a bit early. George Jim managed to pull away. Almost 6 seconds now between him and Knox. Bacon and Ziggs trading places. Best Pons and Kaz trading places. Confuses me that the same teams have different cars, man. Ziggs. It's nice and clean there through the castle. Oh, we got Sam Barrett, the exhaust to Safkov. Almost side by side. Safkov is keeping it just ahead. Bacon takes Scatty. And it's back up to 6. That was quick. It's a good recovery there. I know we had a few pits, but did drop down to about 16th. Oh, might be a little touch there by Sam Barrett just up the back. Possibly. George or Jim again with the fastest lap. Is Sam Barrett. Can he pull this off? Oh, and as he pulls into the pits, it looks like Sam's going to take his place because of that. Now, with Spaceman going on to the mediums, I want to see if Safkov is going to pull the same. What are we on, brother? No, it's just in for a wing change. It looks like he's putting the wets back on. Ray now the only guy out there with a penalty. And it is 10 seconds. That's a big drop, that. Catman does take space on track. That's not a surprise. Is he... how much struggle has Spaceman got himself into now? Oh. Looks like we've got Ray out. Is he attempting the pits and missed? If anybody knows what happens there, that'd be nice. Kaz on the mediums now. It must be drying out, but I just think it's still too early. You can see the spray on the wheels. Ray has retired himself in the pits. That's how it's done. I just think it's too early if it's drying out. I know everyone else has got a pit, but you can still see the spray. It is still raining. I mean, it could be an absolute stroke of genius, in which case I'm going to be made to eat my words, but I think it's way too early for that. Sam Barrett up to podium places now. That's what he's used to. got Sam Barrett again. Oh, the two ahead of him have pitted, so he is up into first. He's going to stay out again. Now, have we got the same coming from George or Jim? No. That is a wet to wet. What about Knox? Knox knocking on heaven's door. He must have already had his time. Oh no, there he is. There he is. Yeah, on to the Blues again. There we go. I mean, there's no indication that those two drivers should be on the medium tyre. I don't get it. What have we done, boys? What have we done? Kez are jumping in. No, Kez is a risk taker. He is a risk taker. Is he going to risk the mediums as well? Same as Space and Kaz. He is. He is. He's changing his wing, but he's going on to the mediums. The guys that have just pitted for the new wet tyres then might have just damaged themselves. This could be a stroke of genius by the three that are already on the medium tyres. Nice and clean through that. Nice. Oh, Pons is out. We missed that. Where's the camera? I need a decent camera looking at that. Has he took that too long? I think he's a late breaker. Could be a late breaker and he's just hit the wall. We've got Grumpy on the super softs. Whoa! Whoa! People are taking the risks. It's still not dry enough by the looks of it. There's still a lot of spray coming off the tyres. We've got the super softs as well by his teammate Monkey Mafia. Boys, full of surprises. Old Sammy B still in first place, but he does have to pit. Let's have a look at who's pitted yet. Yeah, it's difficult in the rain. Difficult with the default setups, but definitely difficult in the rain. So we've still got the two mini McLarens in Guinnett and Stoke Bloke. Stoke Bloke does jump in just as I say that. Now, what are we looking at here? There we go, he's going on the mediums. So we're almost ready. Who else we got in the pit there? Bacon's. What's our Bakey's going on? Crispy Bacon's on the wets. He's gone back on the wets. I'm not sure what's cracking here, boys and girls. Some people think it's ready. George or Jim also on the mediums. Oh, he's jumping on the mediums. Or is he coming off the mediums? Nope, jumped on the mediums. Yep, there we go. Seabird's gone in. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I was going to see if it was his first stop or not. He's going on the super softs as purples. So we've now only got 3 drivers that haven't been in the pits yet. So they're still on the... Oh, 4 drivers. 4 drivers? Oh no, Sam Barrett went in early with the wing change, didn't he? So Guinnett, Ziggs and Agscatty still have not taken their mandatory pit stop. Sam Barrett, I don't know if he'll chance another one. It still looks wet. I think he's still on the right tyre, personally. He has had his pit stop. Stoke Bloke on the mediums there. Kaz back in the pits. Back in the pits after 1 lap. I don't know if that's damage related. No. Super softs. Yeah, damage related as well, but he is going on the super soft for the last 6 laps. Just want a bit of indication of whether Barrett is going to chance staying on those for the last few laps, or if he's going to chance the pit stop when the other 3 do. I mean, he'll only, if all 4 go in together, he's only losing 1 place to Knox ish, maybe 2 places with Stoke Bloke as well. would have thought the start of the safety car would have been the perfect time to go though. Unless they're trying to push them to the end, but those three drivers, 2, 3 and 4, Ginnett, Ziggs and Scatty, do all still have to go in. Ziggs and Scatty are the same team as well, so you don't want a double stack. That'd be a nightmare. Oh, Stokey's he's gone in the pits, so he must have had a small crash. It looks like has he had a small crash? Just taken advantage? No, he's nibbled his wing. It's so easy to do. Possibly a bit of touchy-touchy between the two drivers there, with both of them having to pit. Both of them having a wing change. Bacon's come out on the wets again, so he's going to be going to the end on those. Same as Knox, Safkov and Jalen. A couple of penalties there for them as well. Still very, very spread out. Everyone pitting at different times, and I mean that's Keza going for a spin on his own, but ahead of the safety car. That's how far behind he is. Oh, there's his disqualification for facing the wrong way. It's tough to turn around. If you spin it on the track there, it's tough to turn around. But you need to get it done quick. It's difficult with the safety car behind you though. You've got a big line of cars. Spaceman's jumping in the pits. No, he was on the mediums. He's going to go on the super softs. He does need a wing change. Don't know if he nipped Keza on his little spin. Now everybody gets points as long as you finish the race. Everybody down to 20th will get points as long as they finish. Obviously we have had 5 drivers out, so the 15 still in it will still get points. We've got 3 drivers still to pit. I think it's just too late now. I think they're going to drop too far. I mean, Knox is there. We go. So we've got Knox and Ziggs coming in. So at least there's no double stack there for Agscati. Let's see what they go on. Who's ahead here? So we've got Ziggs is going on the super softs. The ground still looks wet. There is still a little bit of spray, but I don't know. We've got the mediums there for Knox. He is taking his penalty. Jalen's in as well. He's just got a 5-second penalty, but unless he pits again, he'll take it out at the end. I think we've got Sam Barrett going to the end on those. There's no need for him to change again, I think. I think it's still wet enough to be on them. Ginnett and Agscati still have to pit. Ah, no mandatory pit stop in the wet. I just thought it was mandatory during the feature race, with it being 50% as well. But okay, there we go. Thank you for that. So they don't have to pit. We've got Jalen left the session. He's not retired his car. Just lost connection. I haven't got him to add him back in, but they're so spread out still. I think we might finish the race with a safety car out. Grumpy in the pits again. It's got to be for a nose. No reason for him to change his tyres. Safety car is finally coming in. Seems like a lifetime. And Sam Barrett's used to this. Safety car restart. He'll hold everyone back, let the safety car go in. Now all Guinnett needs is a good restart, although he had one from the last safety car and then ended up spinning it turn 1, so needs a good restart and then a bit of stability. As long as he's kept his tyres at a decent temperature, he should be okay. That must have been a little spinner there. Scotty has gone into the pits. He's going to drop a few places now with the safety car. People were bunched up a little bit. See what he goes on to finish the race on. And he's swapping to, that looks like a blue tyre. So he's going to go back on the wets. It is. He's going to stay on them wets. Bacon, the only guy with a penalty currently. Oh no, there we go. Won't show me because they're in the pits. So Agskite has just served his 5-second penalty in the pits. Jalen does have a 5-second penalty and Possible Bacon does have 3 seconds. So he will drop to 4th if it stays like this. Guinnett hasn't wrecked it this time, so that's decent. Oh, got a little bump there. Spaceman seems to be the only one involved. It's a tough corner if you don't play it right. That means he's going to have to pit again. Get a new wing maybe? Well, it looks like he's kept his wing. I don't know how he's managed that. Sam Barrett's pulled away a little bit. Impossible Bacon's nearly made up that 3 seconds as well. It's a decent first lap from the safety car, that by the top 3. It pulled away. Knox is still dropping back from George or Jim on them mediums. I think Jeff might have had a little bit of play in this. We all know what he can be like. Closest cars on track are Agscatty and Stoke Bloke. Sam Barrett with a new fastest lap, 2:07. Agscatty does take Stoke Bloke. It's a quick overtake. Through that straight. So the only guy out there now with a penalty is Bacon with the 3 seconds, which means Jalen's been back in to serve his 5. Guinnett doing a 0 stop. I think it helped him. I think Sam Barrett's coming up behind. We have a couple of cars pulling over. Looks like Spaceman pulling over just to let everybody pie. And Ziggs has retired. Oh, he's binned it. Turn 1. Knox is out as well. We'll keep on with Scatty to see what's happened there. I think he's just binned it into the corner. Maybe broke a little bit late. Braked a little bit late. Took himself out. Come on, game. Give me a good camera. Pull it in tight. Yeah, looks like he's just launched it. That's unfortunate. Knox was having a great race, really, considering Ziggs wasn't doing half bad. Front 3 have pulled away massively, so it looks like, barring any mistakes from any of the front 3, that's your podium sitters. Sam Barrett with a new quickest sector 2. Could be on for another fastest lap. It's 2 laps in a row. Stay on with him to see if he can pull it off. Kaz in the pits again. Spaceman just too far behind for that. Yeah, there he is. 2:06.6. Previous being a 2:07. Jalen's obviously having Tinterweb issues. In and out. He's going to get out ahead of Spaceman, but not much ahead. What have we got there? It's only a couple of seconds. Showing over a minute between the Seabird and Cav. It's not a minute. Not unless they're a lap down. Jalen is coming up to Stoke Bloke. Stoke Bloke's to take that inside through the right-hander. Onto the long straight of the starting point. I think he's just a bit too far behind to take him into turn 1, but we will stay on with him. Just for a little bit. See how it pans out. It's caught him well. Don't know if Stoke Bloke's struggling on them super softs. That's a big ghosty there, Jalen. Sticking behind him for now. It is a tight course. Oh, Stoke Bloke just sends it a little bit too far. Jalen does take that overtake there. Not really much going on up front. Say keep it clean and that's your front three. It's a great race for Guinnett, having to spun out after the first safety car restart, down to 16th, and now he's pulling off a second place on podium. Jalen's making lots of time on Stoke Bloke. Must be the tyres. Must be the tyres. Oh, he's had a bit of a wobble coming out of there as well. I think it's probably maybe still a bit slippy, but it looks dry enough now for dry tyres. But I think they went on them too early. No, Ziggs, don't leave the session. We've got a sprint race. Top 7 all on the wets. Still on the wets. Grumpy Catman's making up a massive amount of time there on Stoke Bloke as well. Although the track looks wet, then the wet tyres must still be the same. Unless he's having issues, but he's made up 2 seconds within, well, 2 seconds. Staying about the same now. But if the track was dry enough, surely the super softs would be pulling away. I missed Sam Barrett crossing the line, but he is our winner. He is used to that. Guinnett in second place, Possible Bacon in third, and he keeps his place after the penalty. All 3 of them got away well after the safety car restart. Safkov coming down now. Got a couple of the back markers going to cross the line and finish. There he is. Your pole sitter for qualifying finishes 5th. That's George or Jim. T-Bird sat in 10th and 11th. Spaceman will finish 12th. Monkey Mafia 13th. We'll keep with Ag as he comes down this final straight for the final time of this race. Took that nicely. There we are, 6th place confirmed. Well done, Ag Sky. Jalen in 7th. Not a terrible result after connecting and disconnecting a couple of times. Stoke blokes, I mean, he's had issues on them super softs. That's Jalen in the 7th. Stoke bloke, I mean, he'll finish 8th. It's not a terrible result. And then Grumpy Catman will bring it up in 9th as they both come down the final straight. There's our Stokey blokey. And our Catman coughing up a furball in 9th. And that's your feature race, boys and girls. We do have the sprint race coming up, stay tuned. Bacon being driver of the day. I mean, a 3rd place podium, you take it, but there he is, tier 1 champion. He's used to the podium spots, but that's his 1st place. Sam Barrett for the feature race. Who also had the fastest lap on a 2.06, 2 minutes 6 seconds. Well done, top 3. We'll just go through them. So there we go. Sam Barrett in your 1st place in the art. Guinness to win it in the Campos in 2nd, and Impossible Bacon rounds up your top 3 in the Charroux. Came from 20th place on the grid. That is a hell of a drive. Safkov in 4th, George Jim in 5th, Agscat in 6th, Jalen in 7th, Stoke Bloke in 8th, Grumpy Old Catman in 9th. T-Bird rounds off your top 10. We've got Kaz in 11th, Monkey in 12th, Spaceman in 13th, and then DNF from 14th down to 20th. But we will Knox, Ziggs, Best Pons, Ray, Rusty Oil Can, BA Dubs, and Keza. That's a great start to the weekend. On to the sprint. Have we got a dry sprint race? It is a dry sprint race, that's what we like to see. One in the wet, one in the dry. Now the front 8 will rotate. So if you finished 8th, you are now starting in 1st. And 1st will start 8th, and so on and so forth. Doo-doo-be-doo-be-doo. PC's being slow. We'll just wait for everybody to load in, sort their fuel and tyres. Did I have a drink? Don't think I did. May have left it upstairs. There we go, down to the last 5 seconds before we start the sprint race. Again, no formation lap, no nothing like that. Straight in. Straight in. Keep it out the walls, boys. This is dry now, no excuses. 4 lights, 5 lights. There we are, bouncing on the line, raring to go. There we go, we're off. Stoke Bloke in 1st, Jalen in 2nd, and George Jim overtakes Agscatty for the 3rd place. Going into turn 1. Looks pretty clean. We do have a car off again. That is... must have been Monkey again. Hopefully it was of his own volition and not a little tappy tap. Tap tap tap-a-roo from anybody else. Giorgio Jim's now pulled into second place. Oh, and there he loses his the end of his wing. Now you don't have to pit in a sprint race, but it's going to be difficult to drive with any sort of damage. Rusty, Ziggs, BA Dubs. We've got a few cars dropping like flies. Teammates there at the end. Spaceman as well. They're having a little pulling on the inside. Lost a few spaces there. Keza wants to be careful. Someone had a bit of a dive. Everyone seems to have got through a little bit of a nudge from a couple. I was going to say people got through the castle quite well, but looks like Knox had a knock into the wall. Lost his end plates as well, so it looks like he's going to have to pit at some point. Giorgio Jim sends it wide coming through there. Only 2/10 between the front two. Coming down the straights. Can he take him? There we are. Helicopter shots. That's the one we like. The ones from above. I don't know if he's going to send it into T1. We'll keep on with it. No, it was kept clean, but no overtake. We've got a yellow there by Kaz. We've got 3 wide coming across the line. We've got Kaz, Grumpy in the ponds by the looks of it. Oh, a bit of a squeeze. Looks like Grumpy Catman's come away the best. Kaz had a little bit of a knock. Oh, we've had a bit of a spin again for the old Catman. Ponds with the 5-second penalty for it caused the issue, obviously. It's not nice, it's not nice. 5 seconds, that's usually a severe. Let's get some oh, straight into the wall there for Ray. I don't know what happened there, maybe a late break. Looks like he just drove straight into it. I was just going to look at the penalties that we've got, both on a 5-second. Front two keeping it clean. I know we've got the yellow flag. We have got a full course safety car. 8 seconds now for Ray. Cutting them corners. Oh, you can't overtake in a yellow flag. Come on, distance yourself. With respectful gaps in the last race. Not much to watch. Keza's made up well a lot of places actually, because I'm sure he started. Did he start in last? Made up 12 spaces. Yeah, he started in at the back. As long as he's not caused any issues getting there, that's a great start to the race for him. Sam Barrett up to 4th, making up 4 places. I keep saying spaces. Well, we'll keep it going while everyone catches up to the safety car. Got a few cars pitting. Hopefully they're all the ones with the damage. Where am I looking? I'm going the right way. There we go. Yeah, it's a wing change there for T-Bird, wing change there for Kaz. Monkey as well. Spaceman in. Yeah, wing there. Well, he's taking his penalty as well, and he's got a wing change. That's going to be a long pit. Got Ginnett coming out. He's going out, so he must have had a bit of damage as well. be good to see if Pons goes in to get rid of the penalty or keep it till the end. If he doesn't have to pit, I would leave it till the end. It's better losing 5 seconds than the length of time you'll have pitting. It's already longer in F2. Will the Super Softs go 11 laps? He's the only guy that started on them. Kaz has gone on to them now. But he did pit. Ray there with another penalty. 3 seconds. Oh, he had 8 seconds, didn't he? Yeah, my bad. We got it. Equal gaps up until 5th, and then it's a little bit further, but so I've got another lap at least of the safety car. Oh, some trading places there. Unless one goes wide, you can't really overtake. Biggest winner at the minute is Keza, and we knew that. Obviously Oil Can making up 8 spots as well, so yeah, it's a good start. A bit wide there by Jalen. Oh, Dubs in the pits. We've got a wing change there as well. She's using the same tyres, so I would think so. Space in the pits again. Another damaged wing for old Spaceman. He's not having the best of races. Yeah, there's the wing coming off, going on. That's unlucky. Will the Super Softs go the full length? Does anybody know in the chat? Maybe with a safety car, which obviously we've got now, but out for another lap. So the two at the back that haven't caught up yet. Kaz must have... Oh, Kaz is pitting. And speeding in the pit lane. And the damaged wing. Oh, the joys of Azerbaijan. What is it? Here's a new wing, isn't it? Oh no, just jumping on the supers. Or changing his supers. Seems an odd decision, but there we go. Be good to see if Stoke Bloke made the right decision starting on the Super Softs. He doesn't have to pit. He's only got 6 laps left to go. Safety car's been out for 3 of them so far. catching up. It looked like he was catching up, and then a big area of track formed on the map. It is coming in this lap. Let's see how Stoke Bloke takes this. He will lead them into the next lap. He will set the pace. I'm no good at these. I don't get much practice doing these. Safety car restarts. That's the car fully in. We're off. Giorgio Jim is right on his tail. Back to green. Turn 1 is clean. At least for the front 4, 5, 6. Looks clean all the way. Safkov trying to make it up. Keza trying to make it up. Grumpy does take zigs. We've got Knox and Rusty battling there. We've got a few battles between T-Bird and Guinnett by the looks of it. Big clump of cars. Stick with the middleman of Rusty. Too wide. Ooh, small squeeze. Did he go through him then? That was odd. We have got a car that is ghosted. It shouldn't be ghosted unless there's been an incident or he is not in the race anymore. Kaz has gone for a bit of a wander into turn 1, all on his own there. That's unlucky. Spaceman does make a place up there. Stoke Bloke has managed to stay ahead of George or Jim, but only 2/10 in it. Oh, Grumpy had an issue. Grumpy's gone for a spin. He's dropped a lot of places there. That's unfortunate for the Catman. Oh. So that's 5 seconds for a collision with Sam Barrett. Now, there was a car sideways. Must have been Jalen. It must have been turned back round. Tom's overtaking Safkov there. George or Jim on the fastest lap. He does take Stoke Bloke as well on the straight into turn 1. This race isn't over yet. Ginnett's out. We've got a Ginnett out. It's just in the middle of the track. What happened there, Ginnett? Is that a wall bouncer? We've got Grumpy into the pits there, getting that wing changed. Kaz with a drive-through penalty of speeding under the safety car. Race goes from bad to worse. Jalen's in the pits as well. Had to change his wing, so but we do have another full car safety car. They just seem to last so long, don't they? Everyone's got to keep that delta before reaching the safety car at the edge of turn 2. Oh, he was just going slow then, but he is coming out of the pits. He will stay ahead of Kaz. Now, Kaz can't serve that drive-through till the safety car goes in, so that's going to be a lap 9 or 10 drive-through for the car at the back. Penalties: 3 seconds for Ray, 3 seconds for Keza, 5 seconds for the Pons. Keza pitting, or has he spun? He has retired from the session. Can't see it. Where's his car? Just on the edge of that corner by the looks of it. It's not going to show me the car, is it? Jalen now speeding under the safety car, and that's the drive-through for him as well. He was having a good race. Certainly not, his car has disappeared there. Everybody looks a little bit closer apart from the last two cars now anyway, so it might not be out for as long. Oh, he's coming to the pit lane, speeding into the pit lane, and he's retired from the session with that drive-through as well. Should finish the race, mate. 90% is all you need to finish to get the points. You might as well cross the line and get those points. Even if you finish 18th, it's 3 points. And Kaz will now finish on 4 points, which, you know, for the last driver on the field, that's not a bad result. 4 points. They all add up for the end of the season. We got Bacon back in third. Finished the feature race in third. And with a second safety car as well. Those super softs that Stoke Bloke chose should go to the end. Safety car will probably come in next lap. End of lap 9. That should give us 10 and 11 to finish the race. Impossible Bacon, only 2/10 between the cars. Keep the distance decent, boys. We don't need no accidental bumps, 5-second penalties. Only takes a small lapse in concentration and that's it then. Someone's lost a wing, someone's lost an exhaust, and you both got a 5-second. Be good to see if Stoke Bloke can take advantage of the softer tyres in the last couple of laps and overtake George or Jim again. Pons does have that 5-second penalty as well. Is it still only a 5-second? It is. He would drop at the minute quite far down that table with only a 5-second. Where would he sit? 1.2, 3, 4. He'd probably drop about 4 or 5 places. If anybody watching is interested in joining the league, we do have F1 and F2, all raced on a Saturday night. You can find us on Reddit, Instagram, probably somewhere else. Get yourselves in, send us some time trials, we'll get you sorted. Don't need a time trial if you're only joining for F2 though, just let us know what you're there for. It's always nice to have new drivers. Are we going in this lap? The end of 2. There he is. Safety car in this lap. Now Kaz will... I'm not sure how it will work actually. He's got a drive-through penalty. He'll have to go in at the end of 10 for his drive-through, because if he doesn't go in for the end of 10, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a disqualification. Unfortunately, you can't go in at the end of 11 because that's the end of the race. Let's get back to the front. George Jim's kept his spot. Sam Barrett makes it past third and second into second place from fourth. Stoke bloke side by side with Bacon. Bacon looks like he just gets ahead. Safkov takes the monkey man. Stoke bloke just behind their Bacon. Bacon has made his way back to third. Pond's now ahead of Scatty. T-Bird now ahead of Monkey. Monkey, T-Bird trading places. It's a Monkey against the Bird. Oh, we got... Has he just lost the places or have we had a bit of a knock? I think he might have just lost the places. Safkov, the closest cars, along with Ray and Rusty further down. We'll keep with Monkey at the minute. Let's see if he can do it. Couple of wobbles there. Catman does take Rusty further back. Rusty drops again to Ray. There's a car ghosted there as well. Is that Rusty? It is, there's Spaceman making up a couple of positions. Jump back with Safkov, Monkey, trading places there, side by side. George Jim with the fastest lap of 1:55. All he's got to do is hold it together for this final lap. Coming up to 3 wide at turn 1. It's not ideal, but it can be done. Safkov makes it ahead. I think Monkey backed out of that just a little bit. Safkov drops again. Oh, that's a bit of a nudge from the is that the two Carlins? Where are we? I lost myself. Is it Carlins? I think that's the Carlin, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh. Close but fair into that corner from Grumpy and Agscatty. George Jim pulling away from Sam Barrett. That's not something I've ever said before. All he's got to do is bring it home. Now the Pons has made up a lot of time, so he will keep his 5th place, barring any issues, obviously. With 5.9 to the car behind him. He is still only on 5 seconds. Ray will drop a couple of places if he keeps his 3. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Might have been a bit of Agscatty. Rusty oil can. Both cars going ghosting. Oh, Agscatty's out. Oh, what happened there? Where's he gone? Looks like his car's still moving. Is he just retired? There's George Jim brings it home for the win. Sam Barrett in second. Impossible Bacon with 2 third places for the night. That is a great result on the night. Stoke bloke in 4th. Best Pons in 5th and keeping it after his 5-second penalty. Safkov 6th. T-Bird 7th. Catman in 8th. Knox in 9th. Spaceman in 10th. Good recovery drive there, Space. Monkey in 11th, Ray in 12th, Ziggs in 13th, Oil Can in 14th, and Kaz will bring it home to finish the night in 15th place. I just want to see the... I'm showing the fastest lap on there, isn't it? George Jim is the winner. The driver of the day for the race is the Best Pons, but the driver of the night there has got to be Impossible Bacon with 2 podium finishes. Sam Barrett with a first and a second as well. We've come to expect it from Sam Barrett though. I know it's a totally different ball game, sorry, when you're racing F2 with fixed setups, but Pons, man, I didn't think you were going to make that after the safety car. It's well done, pulled away. There we go. So the results for the sprint race are there with a 1:54.4. George or Jim does get the fastest lap as well as the race win. Sam Barrett second, Bacon in third, Stoke Bloke in fourth, Pons in fifth, Safkov in sixth, T-Bird seventh, Grumpy Catman in eighth, Knox in ninth, Spaceman in 10th, Monkey Matthew in 11th, Ray in 12th, Ziggs in 13th, Rusty Oilcam 14th, Kaz in 15th, and then we had all the non-finishers behind with Dubs, Agscati, Jalen, Keza and Guinnett. Bad night for Keza, both races he crashed out. Weekend result, Sam Barrett winning the weekend. Two great results with a first and a second. George or Jim in second with fastest lap and pole as well. Bacon getting 2 third places. It's a great result, great result. Well done boys, good racing. Now for the people watching that do just watch the race and don't get involved, we do have our tier 2 in about 45 minutes or so. We've got Vietnam tonight, so that should be just as good as the race here in Azerbaijan. This has been F2 race in Azerbaijan with JKesport. I am Johnny 5.